Child, come sit with me for a moment. Not because I need it. Child, come sit with me for a moment. Not because I need anything from you, but because your heart has been carrying more than it should. Your mind has been racing for days, maybe even longer. Thought after thought, questions that won't seem to quiet down. You keep replaying moments in your mind, conversations, decisions, possibilities that haven't even happened yet. You analyze every detail, the words people used, the way they said them, the silence that followed. You are trying so hard to understand everything, but it's exhausting you. I see the weight behind your eyes. I see the way your thoughts spiral when you're alone. You're trying to make sense of situations that still haven't fully unfolded. You're trying to read the ending of a story that is still being written. And the harder you try to force clarity, the more unsettled you begin to feel. This doesn't mean you're weak. It simply means you're trying to carry something that was never meant to rest entirely on your shoulders. You believe that if you could just understand everything, you would finally feel peace. If you knew why something ended, why a door closed, why someone walked away, why plans changed, then maybe your heart would finally settle. But listen carefully. Peace does not come from having every answer. Peace comes from trust. You were never meant to live by explanation alone. There will be moments in life where the full picture simply isn't visible yet. Not because you are incapable of understanding, but because your perspective is limited to the moment you're standing in. You see today. I see the road ahead. You see the closed door. I see the protection behind it. You see delay. I see timing. You see confusion. I see pieces slowly coming together. Right now, you are living in the middle of the story. And the middle of every story can feel complicated. When you read a book, you understand this easily. Halfway through the story, the characters face problems. The outcome isn't clear, tension builds. But if you stopped reading at that point, you might misunderstand the entire story. You are judging your life from the middle of the page. But I see the entire narrative. That is why I told you, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean only on your own understanding. Your mind is a gift. Your ability to reason is valuable, but your understanding was never meant to carry the full weight of your life. Some things will only make sense later, and some things may never fully be explained. Not because they lack purpose, but because purpose does not always require explanation. Your desire to understand everything comes from a place that wants control. Control feels safe, but control becomes fragile when it depends on knowledge you don't have yet. Trust is different. Trust rests on relationship. Trust rests on knowing who is guiding you. I have not left you alone in a maze. I am walking with you through it, step by step, decision by decision. Sometimes the next step is simply patience. Sometimes it is rest. Sometimes it is letting go of the thoughts that keep looping through your mind. Your anxiety grows when you try to stand in tomorrow while still carrying today. You stretch yourself across moments that haven't arrived yet. Return to this moment. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not missing something important. You are moving at the pace necessary for the growth happening within you. True progress is not always visible on the outside. Often, the most important changes happen quietly inside the heart. Strength is forming. Wisdom is developing. Faith is deepening. Even when you cannot see it yet. You see tangled threads, but I see the design forming. Some knots cannot be forced open. They loosen slowly, with patience and time. When you try to pull too hard on outcomes, you tighten the very tension you want to release. You want clarity right now, direction right now, answers right now. But sometimes clarity comes after healing. Sometimes direction appears after surrender, and sometimes understanding comes only after trust. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. This doesn't mean distance between us. It means there are layers to what is happening that you cannot fully see yet. You see the moment. I see the destination. You see the disruption. I see the construction. Sometimes silence feels like absence. Sometimes waiting feels like neglect. But silence can be preparation. Waiting can be protection. and uncertainty can be transition. You are in the middle of something important, and the middle rarely makes sense. But you are not walking through it alone. I am here with you, always.